homemade. Hello everyone, my name's Rose, for those of you who are new. So today we're going to make baked cheesecake with a raspberry and chocolate drizzle. I've made this recipe so many times, and every time I make it, it comes out wonderful. So I know this is a good recipe for you, and if this is your first time, you're going to be glad. So just follow the directions, and that's all you have to do. So first, we're going to start with the cheesecake, and then second, we're going to do the raspberry chocolate drizzle. We've got some butter, we've got some graham crackers, we have sugar, and we have some cream cheese. These are 3 8-ounce packages, and we have some eggs. We're going to use sour cream, cornstarch, and we're going to use the rind and the juice of this lemon and vanilla. The first part of making the cheesecake is making the crust. So you'll need a 9-inch round pie plate. I use this Pyrex glass pie plate. And then you're going to need your butter and your graham crackers. So a 1/3 cup, let's see here, we've got is 5 1/3 tablespoons. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/3 tablespoon. I'm going to melt that in the microwave. While the butter is melting, I'm going to crunch up these graham crackers, and I need 1 1/2 cups. I'm just going to stick them in a bag. Just crunch them up like this. You can buy graham crackers that are already crunched up, but I just use the ones I have. Okay. No need to spray your pan because you're going to have a bunch of butter with the graham crackers, and that'll grease your pan. Oh, I forgot to measure them. Let's see. That looks like about 1.5 cups. I can't believe I did that. Okay, let's measure this. So, let's see. This is 1 cup. And 1/2. About 1/2. There we go. Now we're going to put the 1/3 cup melted butter in. Just pour it over the top. I like to just use a soup spoon, and that works really well to get all the way around. Let's mix it all up. Now we're going to press it out evenly. I like to get up on the sides. Okay, there we go. So now that we have our graham cracker crust finished and set aside, we're going to make the cream cheese filling. We're going to use 3 8-ounce packages of softened cream cheese. The way I softened it is just leave it out of the refrigerator for a little while. And we have 1 1/4 cup sugar. So let's put the cream cheese in there. There's 1, 2. There we go. And now we're going to add the sugar. We have 1 1/4 cup sugar. Now we're going to blend the sugar and the cream cheese together. It was hard to blend Then wait a little while for your cream cheese to get softened and then blend it. And you don't want to over blend it, just enough to get it all mixed together and creamy. Now we're going to add the 3 eggs. Was 1 cup of sour cream. One-quarter cup of cornstarch. I don't know why I'm making such a mess. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. Okay. So now I'm going to zest a little more, another half a teaspoon, for the raspberry sauce. And I'll set this aside. Now we're going to need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm just going to cut that in half. Citrus juicer here. Should have it shaped like this because it'll make more lemon juice. We're going to need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice for our sauce too, so I'm going to squeeze enough for that. There's 1. 2. We have almost a tablespoon left for the sauce, so that's good. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're going to blend that just until smooth. Yeah. Should look nice and creamy. Now for the fun part. Now it's time to turn your oven on bake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. There. So you're going to bake this for about 55 minutes, and you want to bake it until the center, just the center, has a little bit of jiggle, and then it'll be done. While the cheesecake is baking, we're going to make the raspberry glaze. 12 ounces of red raspberries, and these were frozen, and I set them on the counter for a couple of hours, and now they're thawed. So we're going to use some sugar, some water. We have the lemon juice here, and we have the lemon zest, a half a teaspoon that we made earlier. And we have some cornstarch. You'll need a little pan. First thing we're going to do is put in the raspberries. So that's 12 ounces of raspberries, a 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of water. The other ingredients we're going to use after we're done simmering this. You're going to slowly warm it up and then simmer it for 5 minutes. Okay, we're over by the stove now. So now it's starting to bubble. I'm going to turn it down to about, my oven, I'm going to turn it down to about 2, and then I'm going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Now I have my pan of raspberries, And as you can see, the raspberries are pretty much dissolved. And I'm going to pour this into a glass bowl with a little strainer. So let's pour it in there. And you'll just want to get the seeds out. Stir it a little bit. This will make a nice raspberry glaze. Stir it until you get as much juice out of there as you can. Okay, now I have mostly just seeds there. Let's get this juice off the bottom. Now we just have the juice. We're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice. This is what we got from that one lemon. So we'll pour that in there. It's almost a tablespoon. And then we have a half a teaspoon of lemon zest. And we're going to use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And I'm going to put the cornstarch in a couple tablespoons of water. Stir that around a little bit and then pour it in. Okay, and then just pour that in. And you'll stir a little bit. Now you'll add that back to the pan and boil it for 1 minute, and then your glaze will be done. Now you're going to boil this for about 1 minute. And you'll notice it starts to turn glossy. This is a spatula. It goes to 450 degrees. Okay, it's looking like it's turning glossy. Now we have a delicious, lemony, raspberry-ish glaze. Okay, the cheesecake is done. It took about 55 or 60 minutes. I opened the oven 2 or 3 times just to tap the center to make sure it was just a little jiggly in the center. And here it is. The sides are slightly golden. You can see a little bit of golden brown here, and that's done. We're gonna let this cool, and that takes several hours. I like to leave my cheesecake on the counter until it cools, and then I stick it in the refrigerator so that it won't crack. Changing temperatures from hot to cold quickly will make it crack. The cheesecake has been cooling for about, it's been about half an hour, and already it's set up in the middle. It's firm now. It's not jiggly anymore. It cooks the rest of the way just sitting there. Now it's the next day, and I refrigerated the cheesecake overnight. Raspberry sauce I just reheated. And when you reheat the raspberry sauce, you'll want to add a 1/4 to a 1/3 cup of water to it when you reheat it. And the cheesecake, it chilled nicely. Now I want to melt some Baker's Premium Semi-Sweet Chocolate. This has 56% cacao, but you can have any type of chocolate that you like. And all you have to do to melt the chocolate is put it in a glass bowl and microwave it and check it every 30 seconds until it's melted. Okay, a little bit more. We're going to melt the chocolate. I also have some raspberries that I rinsed off, and a little bit of confectioner's sugar, which is powdered sugar. While we're melting the chocolate, we don't want this to cool down, so we're going to decorate. Remember, when you melt the chocolate, it's going to be extremely hot, so be really careful. Oh my gosh, this looks so yummy. We're going to put some raspberries on there. Let's put a little more chocolate over those raspberries. Oh, yum. Okay, now a little bit of powdered sugar. And there we go. Now it's all ready to eat. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.